future. You know what I'm saying? So, you gotta understand. It's okay.
They said this is the bum y'all that called him the king of New York. Frank White, only king of New York. This really the nigga running around talking about he been a blood his whole life? This really the clown niggas running around throwing up blood with? This little weirdo? Fuck out of here, nigga. If you don't take that red flag off playing with real niggas' lives and get your dick in the blue cards, come on, man. Let me read you all. If you don't get your dick in the blue cards and sweat around in that wearing ass on somewhere, stop playing with this blood shit before somebody hurt your mama's only daughter. Shit with the best of them. Did you think I'm the time before?
You understand? What I'm saying about Tekashi's this dude, right? This rapper, whatever, this entertainer. You know, like anybody that's an entertainer. You know, the point is that the games don't understand is I was there. I was there in 1997. You left in 98. Come on. Y'all talking about stuff y'all don't know about. I was in New York during this time. New York City, Brooklyn, Bronx, I was everywhere. I was on the move, everywhere. Okay? Even lived in Coney Island. Stayed in Coney Island for a couple months. I was everywhere. The Bronx, everywhere. And during this time, I had a car. I had a vehicle, right? So I never rode no subways and like that. I rode it one time when I got into a car accident. I think that was a setup. I don't know. Anyways, they were slicing niggas on the subway for these shades to be a blood. It was in the paper every day. That's why I would read the paper, the Post, every day, New York Post. I read it every day. They were slicing niggas on. They were slicing anybody. No color. It didn't matter. It would be regular people. That's what they do. Regular people just slice them. People were getting 80 stitches. 80 stitches. 80. They were getting cut up on the subways. I read a subway one time only because I had to. No one read it. I don't know. I wasn't there. People were getting sliced. I mean, it was in the paper every day during this time. Look it up. Look it up. You don't believe me. I was there. Did you think this kid would come up in that? You know, you gotta understand what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know what they're talking about. I don't care how much money I don't care. And the cool thing about it is, they be knowing this. They know. And they still say, what kind of integrity is that? You know something and you want to sit there and help these people mislead? They're going to use you? I'm not saying you. I mean, if you're not responsible, then I apologize sincerely. You just not figuring out this relationship. What kind of niggas don't know shit? You never know who don't know shit. Educated people, ruthless people, criminal people, anybody with a human body, human mind. You can't assume. I'm letting you know what's really going on, okay? During this time to 1997, was he even born yet? Yeah, he was born. But my point is, he was young. You hear about people trying to join the blood, they gotta go around cutting people, okay? You cutting, not just slicing little cutting, like 80 stitches, 100 stitches. Ladies, people were getting like hundreds of stitches, okay? That's how bad they were getting cut up. They weren't getting cut up to kill them. They were just getting cut up just as initiation. Cut them. They die. They don't. But just cut them. So you always sit there and play with all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Play with all this. You know what I'm saying? I let it be known. You know why? Because I was there. I was living there during this time. So y'all keep playing with this little bullshit, follow leader shit like little 2-year-olds. That's all y'all is. Y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about. None of y'all. If you don't speak on it, speak on it. If you don't know what you're talking about, don't just say I don't know shit. Okay, I don't know shit, and I'm just playing Mr. Follow Leader. You know? But don't sit there and I'm not even blaming the game because I didn't hear him say it. He got quoted. That was a quote. So why am I even talking about the game? But the game name was on it. So I'm letting him know what people are saying about you. Because that's some serious stuff. Because they ain't got the heart to have you say it. So they have you have somebody read it. And that way you can always say, justify it and say, oh, well, no, I didn't say it. Someone did it. Well, well, that's something that, that I probably got from President Donald Trump that I taught that, you know the story. It's a joke. I'm telling you, it's a joke. They're going to put out a statement. Niggas don't do stuff like that. You know better than this. See, that's the thing. They're trying to dumb us down. Dumb us down with slickery, with trickery. My daddy told me, God, that okay, my dad. In the pulpit preaching about it. Trickery. Do y'all know what trickery means? Y'all know shit. Trickery means you don't know shit. That's the thing. You don't know shit. That's what trickery means. I'm trying to tell you how not to get tricked. Trick? I mean, you have to understand. I mean, it's a cold, cold game. I've been trying to enlighten you, to give you hope. That's all. Since y'all want to be, since y'all forgot wish, I think I give her a wish. Because I still live by that code. A lot of niggas still live by that code. But you gotta go like 50 and up, 50 and up, probably get that code. Maybe 55 and up, The wish factor. These niggas they still live by that. Y'all lost that. Y'all with that hope shit. That's what y'all with. Y'all with that hope shit. That's why y'all play this foul liquor shit. Y'all sit there talking about something that you know, got people, quoting some people. That's some serious thing you just quoted what the game said. That is some serious stuff. Cause I was there in 1997 with y'all think some real shit. All right. Bad. You gotta understand. I started smoking weed at 42 years old. Now, through this process, I've always been conscious about what I was doing. Maybe not conscious in a way of knowing the real truth, but conscious of how to keep going, some way, somehow, whether it's the worst kind of way or, sometimes you go through the bad just to appreciate the good, That's why people do a lot of havoc stuff, and which is really is unnecessary, but since slavery and all that stuff, because you got to get people to do stuff. So why not just make them do it, like you would an animal, and so that's how they treat people. So we do it in the I mean Trump doing it to showing you how to do it. he's actually I got him doing stuff that y'all feel like you're the only ones that get treated like. So it's the same game, just a different name. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sometimes it could be worse for people who are higher than people who are lower. But I figure you go with the spirit. You go with the spirit of the Most High on anything, whether it's this or that. I mean, you just can't. I don't know. I don't see how you can go wrong. And that's why I never had the chance to really get that taste of that because I was in the wilderness like John the Baptist. John the Baptist was a cold prophet. Y'all just don't know. That probably was the coldest prophet in the Bible of all. Even Jesus himself kind of mocked him a little bit. John the Baptist was no joke. he did a lot of sacrificing, you know, and so you know, and that's what I always seem to want to go after the hardest, you know, just try to see if I get a taste. If I don't win, I don't win, but at least I went, at least I tried, and that's what I would go after, and try to, try to subdue or try to get through or whatever. So sometimes it's kind of hard to get accustomed to goodness because it's like you're still in this life, you know. I'm waiting for the time where you just live forever without nothing, with nothing but righteousness. That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I've been preached at my whole life. You know, I never preached it to nobody really, except except like now I'm doing it to you. That's how I talked, just in general. I mean, I never wanted to go on no big stage, and I did book reports and stuff like that. Only because I had to. They told us to. It was part of our scholastic system to get an award or diploma or something showing that you can go to the next step in life for to make money. You know, the money that they orchestrated to you for you to get. You go through this, then we give you this. You pass this test, you get this. Like you train a monkey, like you train an animal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, or like you train your kids. Train whatever. You know, but when you go against that, you still gotta find a way to compromise because that's why you get war and that's what all this gun. It's war. It's a war. It's a war, but you got the laws behind. So you got laws in war. You got laws. And who makes the laws? And what are laws made to be? Laws made to be broken, so you know what's wrong. Laws are made so you know what's right and wrong. That way, there's consequences. Whatever you break, whatever you don't do, whatever you do, there's consequences. And that's usually from a form of money. And then the money can become, then the money could go to jail time. It's just, then your jail time. Now you're gonna learn about how to do more crime, or the crime that you were so called. So it's a cold game. And I known this as a kid. I know I was. Can you okay? Can you like understand what I'm saying? I was brought up knowing this, living among the people who's supposed to be supposedly against me in the first place. Hearing I was in church all day, every day. Seemed like around black people from these black folks were from California. They're from the Texas and the East Coast. They're military. It's military base. So we had people from everywhere. And most of us from East Coast and down south and stuff like that. We had a couple from here, but not that many. The majority came through the military. So I knew I was around all East Coast people basically. People. That's kind of vibe I was really was around. So LA was like a that nigga to me was like a it was so kind of it was always way in the back of my mind, always deep planted in the back of my mind, like there was always a part of me. It was all L.A. Orange County was never Orange County was like a place where we were brought into it for like an experiment type stuff. Orange County was like it's like an experiment type thing. You go through Orange County, people go through Orange County, you go there to to become a to become a certain way. And if you don't want to leave, you stay. You just stay. If you don't, you still came through there and got something special that you might need. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was brought up. And that's what they're trying to build people. They're trying to build us like that. No matter where, they're trying to build you like I was raised. If you get through that way of logic and just on living on a daily, just living that way in a daily basis, whether it's in your outside the home, inside the home, you'll be all right. 'Cause a lot of stuff people get in trouble for was to be domestic. Be domestic. You fight with the loved ones and stuff. You know, but if you know how to be fake with each other and stuff like that, with the money, with the fame, If you learn how to just live together and just be this way, and that's the kind of way I was raised. You know, so that's why I was able to pretty much get through a lot of stuff. That black people always thought that I was certain. No, it was the way I was raised. I would meet certain people like that, but they weren't from Orange County, but they were like from like like a suburb. I will always only people that really could understand me were people from a suburb of where they're from, the good places where they're from. Those only people that I really could relate with. You know, the people from the hood. I understood them too. They just couldn't understand me. My mom was them, so I understood them perfectly. And my dad was them too, because he was from the East Coast hood, you know, country hood, real hood. You know what I'm saying? So it's a cool game. I mean, people just people know a lot and try to market off of it to cause cause destruction. That's what people aim for. People aim for destruction, because with destruction brings construction. You know, right and wrong, truths and lies. It all relates. It makes the world go round. You put them all together. You know, you put them in, and you put them in. You put the blender in. You just mix them all up and come out with something different, something marketable. You know, that's all it is. People always saying stuff, but they find out what they're saying later on, and it might scare them to death. I get it all the time. I look at my, I look, I can go look at myself to find out what I would do, to find out how to live. To remind myself how to live. I gotta go. That's why I do this. I do this for me. That's what I do it for, and I do it for me so I can do it now. And therefore, naturally, if I do it for me, it's because I'm doing it for you. You know, because everybody say you try to be like Yahusha. You call Jesus. You know, try to be like him. You know what I'm saying? Just be like him. Be like him. The blood of Yahusha. The blood of Jesus. That's why we were told. So brought up knowing, brought up singing, sing. That's all he did. So do what you gotta do, but stay on my shoes and pay my dues. But let's go again.